cards and credit lines, we realized that efficient money management will be very important. And I'm still trying to figure that out now. But I'm learning. I wrote it in prison. Listen closely. All this. The name of the company, everything is right here. I was looking at this, I'm like, wow, this is powerful stuff. 5-year plan, 6-year plan, 7-year plan. What I'm gonna do, plumbing, what are the people I need, plumbers, electricians, painters. That's what I did in prison. So what I'm telling you, I'm not telling you something that I haven't done. If you want to change your life, you have to start doing something. See, I didn't realize that doing that, I thought it was something simple. I had the time. I was doing time. I didn't have nothing else to do. When everybody else was watching TV and doing their thing and playing dominoes and gambling and just acting crazy in prison or cool or whatever it is you do in prison, right? Riding with the homeboys, right? I was studying and reading. That's how I changed my life. So when I tell people about, who I was and where I come from, it's hard to believe. Why? Because I transformed my life. And you know why? Because I could. Just like you can, just like you can, just like anybody can. You don't have to be a loser drug addict like I was. By the way, this teaching is called Results, is the name of the game. Results is the name of the game. I'm still reading, I'm still learning, I'm telling you, it works. Success in life is a numbers game. Who's ever heard that term? Success in life is a numbers game. So I use the example. Anybody have any questions? By any chance? Before I go on? Success in life is a numbers game. And the result is the name of the game. What does an employer expect from you? Results. Then, I'm going to give you the answer. We're going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to ask you some questions, and the answer is results. Yes, sir.
What would you do when you feel like, when you're writing this and you're like, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then something inside like, oh man, I'm just playing myself, and I'm going to give up. Like, what would you do to pump yourself back up?
Do push-ups. I'm serious.
Yeah. No, just thinking.
Or go to sleep.
Yeah, just thinking.
Just don't sleep too long. No, you have to learn to encourage yourself. This is part of the deal. We had that teaching on
Discouragement. Discouragement.
Discouragement. You ought to look it up. It's on YouTube. Is it called discouragement?
Danny.
It's called discouragement. Danny, you weren't here when Danny Garza did his? Remember what he was talking about? Discouragement. Because we all go through that. Every single, that's an incredible question. Did I go through that? Of course I did.
Because you're in prison where people really don't want to go up in the world. They want to.
Oh, they want to go up.
They are. People that are locked up really don't think about when they get out, oh, I'm going to succeed. They're either going to just be like, man, I hope I get out and I stay out and find a job. Or some people, yeah.
A lot of people's opportunity is this. Man, I hope I make it. Man, I hope I get a good parole officer. I hope I get a good job. I hope they're like this. That's how a lot of people live. Not only people coming out of prison. Out here. Man, I hope my boss doesn't see me coming late today. I hope they don't notice that I've been late all month. No. Of course you get discouraged. That's part of success. Failure. You're going to even fail. You're going to fail. So in case you haven't figured this out, or should I say, if you haven't had any failure, don't worry, it's coming. It helps. Not it helps. It's part of the deal. Discouragement is part of the deal. This week I've been feeling great. In the last couple of weeks I've been feeling great. Things are going great for me right now. My truck got wrecked, and it was great. Awesome. I'm driving a new truck. Not mine, but you know, still it's a new truck, and I'm driving it. You know, I'm serious. They call me, they wreck my hand. It's fine. You know, things are good.
The mechanic.
See, the thing is, it's in the mechanic. They were fixing my truck. First, they punctured one of my tires. They call me, I punctured one of your tires, man. We're gonna replace. Okay, no problem. Then they call me and says, it's gonna be ready by noon. Okay, I call them at noon. Oh man, I'm sorry. We were trying it out and we wrecked it. They wrecked my truck. That's serious. They wrecked my truck. But you're so happy. I got insurance. I said to myself, man, you know, because it feels terrible. Every month, paying $100, $200, whatever it is I pay.
300.
And $300 in insurance every month.
100.
Duele hasta el alma. It hurts. But guess what? I had no problem calling the insurance, and they were very happy to help me. You got it. But guess what? You know what? I had full coverage. Normally I don't carry full coverage in my truck because it's paid off. See, but I learned something. When I stayed stranded in the middle of freezing weather, 14-degree weather, on my daughter's day that she had her baby, in the middle of nowhere, going to Little Rock, Arkansas, my truck broke down, and I didn't have full coverage. So nobody came to rescue me.
You didn't have roadside assistance.
I didn't have full coverage. We didn't have roadside assistance. And guess what I did as soon as I fixed my truck? I got full coverage, roadside assistance. But see, we move forward. See, for some people, this would have happened. Their truck broke down. It's a new world. But why? But because I'm in this process. My philosophy has changed. My attitude has changed. My actions have changed. My habits have changed. My lifestyle is good. I'm going to a great destiny. This is how it works. So what is the answer to the questions I'm going to ask? Results. What does an employer expect of you?
Results.
Results. What does your team or your coach expect from you?
Results.
What does your teacher expect from you?
Results.
If you're a business owner, what do your customers expect from you? Results. Why? Because results
Is the name of
is the name of the game. That's how it works. We almost we almost learn to measure our results. If you're interested in improving in your present life situation, if you would like to become a better father, mother, leader, a better preacher, who knows? Maybe you want to be a preacher. Then you are going to have to learn to measure results. Any business, any sports team, and an employer measures results. We must learn to take inventory of our business and our lives. Life is a numbers game. So we must check the numbers from time to time. Why should we check the numbers and take inventory? Answer?
results.
Results. Check this out. To see if our philosophy is working. To see if your perspective and your mindset is working. To see if you have the right attitude. To see if your actions are working. In other words, what do you do on a daily basis? How do you react to people? How do you react to circumstances? How much money do you have in the bank? How many books have you read in the last? So let me ask you a question. How much money do you have in the bank? The man said, 0. He said, well, how many books have you read in the last 6 months? The man said, 0. He said, well, how many classes or seminars or books have you read to increase your skills or learn something different or better your life. And the man said, 0. And then he said, if you don't take care of those numbers, you're heading for destruction. I'm telling you, life is a numbers game. See, when this kind of thinking started to shape my attitude and my mindset, my life started changing. And before you know it, I was climbing. I got to the next step. Got to the next step. Y ahí te vas. To see if your disciplines are working, if you're on track. That's why we measure our results. See where you're at. That's why it's good to ask people, hey, what do you think of my life? What do you think of me? What do you think of my... So, but get ready for some criticism. I take criticism very well. I think I do. Except for my wife. No, really, I want people to tell me, you did terrible. Well, then just give me something to improve on. You ever, check this out. Has this ever happened to you? Where you're with people or your friends, and somebody did something to you or talked something to you, or a different friend, and something happened between you and somebody else, and your friend said, what was that all about? Man, I would have told her this, and I would have told him that. Man, why'd you let him do that? Why'd you let him run all over you? You know, because her attitude, her philosophy is different than yours. And maybe you knew better than to explode or to say something crazy, or you've learned, whatever situation that is. I lost my train of thought. What was I trying to say? Y'all can't see it? Man, what was I trying to say?
The philosophy, the mindset.
Completely forgot. See? I'm discouraged now.
What you said earlier about when you were in prison and getting ready and reading, you've mentioned this quote before: success occurs when opportunity meets preparation.
Yep. That's good.
It's a quote.
That's good. If you would have to define luck, what would luck be to you? And again, let me emphasize this. I learned all this through books. And going to church every time the church opened. I used to be a church helper. Set up chairs, go to the gym. Here's what I figured out. Luck is really when people call it luck. Success. Did I spell that wrong?
No.
Is when preparation meets opportunity. How's that sound, guys?
Preparation meets opportunity.
This is why you need to be doing something is so important. But if you get discouraged and you give up, see, one of the things that you hear me say a lot here, I don't know if I said it here recently, but just what I'm teaching you, I'm not teaching you, this stuff is not easy. All this learning stuff, it's crazy. You just want to go home and forget and just act crazy. Or whatever it is you do. Right? When I leave, I want to go learn something. This is how my mind works for me. My wife has to pull me away from the office or pull me away from something. I'm always doing something. But I've trained my mind, so now that's a problem I have. I have to stop. But I do like to sleep. Today I slept. Man, my mind gets tired of thinking. Me acuesto dormir. I don't have time to get discouraged. Keep it going. So, by coming here, you're preparing yourself. You know, well, let's move on. By the way, what does philosophy mean?
Philosophy?
Mhm.
It's the way you think, beliefs? The way you believe?
It's really beliefs. I looked it up, and I thought it was pretty profound. Check this out. Uy, no puedes mirar. Philosophy is this. It's the studies intended to provide general knowledge and intellectual skills. A rational investigation of questions about existence, knowledge, and ethics. My favorite is this one. Philosophy means a personal belief about how to live and how to deal with situations. A personal belief on how to live, right? And how to deal with situations. It has to do with, your philosophy is going to determine your attitude and your actions. But listen what I found out. Now I'm going to sound real smart. Check this out. The original meaning of the word philosophy comes from the Greek root word philo, meaning love. And sophos, or wisdom. When someone studies philosophy, they want to understand how and why people do certain things and how to live a good life. That's what the study of philosophy is, how to live a good life and learn certain things. In other words, they want to know the meaning of life. Add the suffix er, er, philosopher, to philosophy, and you get a word for someone whose job is to think these big thoughts. And results is the name of the game. In other words, what other game is there, this man says, but to work on your own life? What else are you doing? We must work on our philosophy, our attitude, our disciplines, so you can produce what? Good results. To live, to give everyone the opportunity. Okay. So the ending up to this as I close. What time is it? We're going to close already. So what I wanted to share with you is this right here is in that book, The 5 Major Pieces to Life's Puzzle. And I started thinking about this, and I realized, and then there's another book that I recommend, which is The Compound Effect. And the reason I personally recommend these books is because they're so simple and so basic. And that's what I needed. I don't know about you, but I needed basic and simple. The Compound Effect. It's on my website, Choose to Change Foundation. All the way down to the scroll down, it's right there. And in this book, he breaks down philosophy, attitude, action, habits, and lifestyle. And just recently, here in the last year or so, I realized what I told you at the beginning. That the reason those are so important is it makes a lot of sense. Where's my another one? If you start working on each one of these, you won't have time to do anything else. And because you start working on them, your life starts getting better. Who's ever met somebody with a bad attitude?